So what's going on, guys? How's it going? We are at Hump Day. It's Wednesday, right? We're Wednesday? Yeah, we're Wednesday. Not like I've lost track of days, not like it's all a blur, but what's going on, folks? Back again to continue my never-ending voyage of trying to get this latest game out the door. Gonna try to make a little more headway tonight, and I'm sure I'll probably invariably get distracted with some more movie talk, which is actually fine because God knows I love talking movies. So, but until that actually kicks in, I'll actually try and get a little work done. So when I left off on Monday, I was trying to get the alternate mascot villagers to play properly at the beginning and the end of the game match. And I got close, but there were still some issues. Sorry, got a little itch there. Sorry about that. Okay, so I did some testing yesterday. Got a little headway, but once again, I couldn't do too much because I was playing without an internet where I'm staying. But so here's what I got now. So this is working nicely. I got like a ton of sharks back there. That's looking great. Right? Some deformation funkiness on his leg there, but we'll ignore that for right now. Alright, so I'm going to burn through a quick round. Knock these guys out. So what I need to focus on, I think, is try and figure out. I have, after match ends, you can choose how you want to respond. You know, respectful, disrespectful, or neutral. And it's working with the base villager warrior guy. But on the other ones, it's not. For the female warrior, the orc, the wizard, and the dwarf. And that's what I got to try and figure out first. The strange thing is actually I was playing it just a couple minutes ago, excuse me, and the orc actually did successfully play one of his animations, so I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, that's not going to save you, buddy. You're still going down. There he goes. Okay, now let's check this out. I'll do disrespectful. Boom. We got that. And see, no, I actually did it right that time. Oh, and then I probably don't have a win idle for him. That's probably why he froze there. If you remember, I was just trying to do some quickie placeholders just so I had something, and I would just kind of like revise that later. But okay, that's good. So we're 1 for 1 there. So as I was saying, the warrior guy, he's been working for a long time now since he was my original character, but the dwarf character, that's strange that it actually works now. Let me do another round here. I might try and do a little hack so I can actually maybe just go after his catapult right away rather than have to knock out all the islands, but all the buildings, but I can burn through it pretty fast. So let me try one more time. I would love to get this working and maybe move on to getting some more of those character poses knocked out, because that's the key thing that I'm still trying to get done. And if I could get that knocked out, then I'd be so much closer to getting this out the door. Yeah, I still know where you're hiding. I think that's it right there. Let's see. Yep. And game over. There we go. Okay, I'll do respectful. Alright, and let's see. Female warrior. Oh, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. A whole bunch of nothing there.
Awesome? Lots of awesome things, all
okay.
wrapped up in one awesome package.
Alright, let's see what we got. We got no errors, so that's good that it didn't air out, but it's bad that it didn't play. Alright. So it's actually receiving the response. It's receiving the request. And it's told to play win respect and lose respect. Excuse me. So win respect should be response win respect. I won, so then that would mean that the female warrior. Let's see. I need to go up into my objects. Characters, Middle Ages. I need more room. It's too squished here. Oh, come on. You know what? I'm going to steal from this side. That didn't do much, did it? Yeah, that's better. There we go. Okay, so female warrior. Go into my animator. Okay. So we're looking for response, win, respect. Respectful. Typo. There it is. Look at that. Response, win, it was looking for respect, and I have respectful. That's gonna do it right there. So response, win, respect, response, win, neutral, and response, win, and is it disrespect? Yeah, disrespect. That's it. Oh, we like the easy fixes, don't we? Look at that. Oh, nice. Sweet. Okay, she's now magically finished. Respectful. And none of them have respectful, right? Yeah. Alright, so that's it. It's just because I had too much text there. So she's fixed. So let me just go through all of the characters aside from the male warrior, since we know he's already golden. So start with a dwarf character. High res. Yep, look at that, respectful. Disrespect, that's correct, but then the respectful is not correct. Do that. Wow, man, I was thinking this is going to be like a big, endless digging, but no, this is actually going to go pretty fast. Okay, dragon. Ogre. Let's see. There he is. Disrespect, neutral, win, respect, respectful. That. And respect. Boom, that's good. Let's see. Actually, do I have my stream up anywhere? Let me move this over here so I can pay attention better. Okay. Uh-oh. Alright, so as I've mentioned a few times before, as you see, I have, I'm actually in-game, and I'm making changes. So here's the weird nebulous thing about Unity. As I've mentioned before, if you make changes while Unity is playing, as soon as you stop and hit this, right, your changes go away. On most things. Some things will actually still hang in there, and what I'm doing right now, I believe, will not revert back. Let me see. Let's see if Unity makes a liar out of me. Okay, disrespect, respectful. Get rid of the full, just respect. Lose respectful. Boom, boom, boom. That's good. And then that one also needs to be fixed. I think that's it. I think that is all I have to deal with right there. That's pretty cool. Alright, so now let's see if it reverts. Yeah, good. Okay, it didn't revert. It actually left them. So when I say that anything that you alter while playing a game changes when you stop playing, not totally true. If you make changes like in the inspector, you know, if you do some settings in here, right, in the inspector window, those will definitely revert on you. But for this, at least in the Mechanum stuff, that one stays solid. So good. Actually, that's pretty slick. We actually got everything set up. So now it doesn't matter which character. Right now I have it just going randomize. That's why we're seeing different characters pop up. But that's pretty cool. That was actually a simple fix. Yeah. Alright. I'll burn through this one more time. And as you may have seen before, I've talked about the fact that I've been doing this where I'm working off the USB memory stick, but I was smart enough and early enough tonight, since I'm back at Blue Screen Gaming. I'm still in LA for at least another week. I've been traditionally working off the USB, but I had enough time, so I actually moved it locally, which means that when I hit play, it actually comes up a lot faster, which is nice. But that also means that I might be able to do some testing with 2 players on this machine, so that'll help me do some debugging on online gameplay. Because right now I'm doing like a quasi test where it's playing it just in the same window. Okay, let me go. I just respect. And Sweet. All right. So, yeah, and I still have. If you remember, I'll go through it. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. I could maybe come back and knock out some of the missing animations. Because I just did like these one-frame poses for some of the idols. So I may come back and actually introduce some animation to these guys tonight, since this went way faster than I thought it would. But yeah, that plays out really nicely. I think there's one thing I was gonna look at with this. Tell you what, I'll actually do a local build here, and I'll do an online game just to see how well that goes. So, I actually recognize this one. I'm enough of a gamer that I know this one. Builds. New folder. Call it PC. Call this Validate Village. Boom. Boom. Okay. It's gonna build for a second. Take a drink. Yeah. And if you guys remember before, when I was foolishly trying to do the build while the project was still in the USB, you remember how this thing just was chewing for forever. So this is going to be a lot less painful. So what I want to do is, so I was just doing the test, but in this like local setup. So I want to do a proper online. The one thing I gotta figure out is if it's actually sending the information over to what the character should be. So, cool. He's up and running. So, I'll shrink that over there. And I'm gonna make this a small little window, 1280-720 windowed. Ooh, that's not small. Let me do this again. Also want to mute that audio, but let me just drop it to 800 by 600. Try that. There we go. Alright, I'll mute him, so you have to listen to that. Alright, plays guest. Ooh, that's not pretty. This little backdrop there kind of didn't extend the whole range. I'll have to look into that. Well, if I do a PC build, I guess I'll have to make sure that I cover all funky aspect ratios. Okay, so what I want to test is, let's see, 1224. I'm gonna actually, while that's coming up, give me 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some more money at that character. Oops, I don't have it set up on that one. I thought I did. And I'm back. Okay, I'll have to do that on my phone, I guess. So, hey, how's it going? Good. All right, so gonna go online here into my little database. 52. There he is. All right, and then what I want is, so I threw a ton of cash at him, so he's all set up. Think McFly. Oh, this is heavy. Aria, what's up, buddy? Welcome back. Yes, it's that time, right? Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I just thought of this. Oh, you didn't call me out on it. I told you last Friday when I was back home I was going to dress up as Marty. I forgot about that. You totally forgot to bust me on that. Now my Marty outfit is literally 250 miles away. Oh yeah. But so yeah, I'm here through the end of this week, and I'm here next week. But after that, I head home, so I will be broadcasting at home again. So definitely give me a hard time, because I will be there, and I will definitely dress up as Marty. And if you give me enough grief, I might even go through the trilogy with the little, you know, the future hat turned sideways, and I even have like the jacket, you know. Did you fix the camera? Oh, you mean the one back in LA? Oh, no, that wasn't so much as fixed. It was the fact that I brought my better camera with me to LA, but I forgot to take it home to Vegas. So I had to like fall back on one of my ancient old terrible cameras. But yeah, when I go home, I'm taking all my stuff with me unless I get stupid and leave something behind. So I will have my better. And then if I forget it, that's an excuse to go buy a new one, right? No. That's just stupid. Nice blue tones. Yeah. It definitely looked like an old 70 TV set that just, it was beyond adjustment. Okay, let me go to client users, 1224. So yeah, I mean, I won't have any issues with that once I get back. I will have my proper webcam. But I'm using Dave's here at Blue Screen Gaming. I'm using his because his actually looks pretty nice. I'll leave it here though. I'm not gonna like abscond with it. I promise. Besides, he has my credit card info. He'll just bill me for it. Went too far. What was that? Was that just music? It's like something happened and I missed it. Yeah. I guess that was just the music. Okay. So, 1, 2, 2. Oh, did I not type that right? Search. There we go. Okay. So what I'm doing now is trying to put a bunch of coins on this guest character so I won't run out. Let me go to data. His coins. I'm going to give myself 5,000 because I can. 5,000. Save that. There we go. Okay, so now if I come into a game and just quit and come back out, cheating on stream. You got some guts. Yeah, well, I mean, if you guys want to see me, like, click on free coins, so I got 25 coins. So if you don't mind, I'll just sit here for an hour so I can get 25 more coins. So 59 minutes and 50 seconds later. So we'll just kind of I'll tell the developer to ban you. Yeah, it's funny because I am a one-person company. I joke about that. I always joke that my boss is a total jerk, since I'm a one-person company. And it's a race to figure out if I'm going to get fired or quit first. Uh-oh. So, yeah. But since I cheated, like you said, we don't have to subject ourselves to getting coins, or actually, no, I can't do it because this is in a PC and simulated, so if I try and click on it, it'll just freak it out, so that's not going to do any good. Okay, but now I have 5,000 coins. Woohoo, I'm rich. I wish it was that easy in real life. Okay, so what I need to do is quickly click on him and quickly click on him, and they should find each other. Interesting. Why is it chewing? Did I air out? Oh, I aired out! Okay, this is I think what's going on here is... Boom, boom. What did it not like? Purchasing factory. Interesting. You can't find a worthy... you can't find a worthy opponent. I found an opponent, but... Nah. About 4 stages below worthy. Okay. It just finds your boss. Yeah, the boss plays the employee. Actually, that broke on both sides. That's the variable blue launcher of game control has not been assigned. Uh-oh. Did I break something else in the process? Oh. I hate that, man. When everything's working, you fix something else, only to realize you just broke something else. Alright, when in doubt, I'm going to do that whole trick where I just... Wake. I'm going to just... Oh, you know what? I just created that character. So, I was going to think that maybe it was like something with the player config, but it can't be because I just created that one. That's better than your users realizing it. Yeah. We're not worthy. But yeah, that's where unit tests come in. Yep, yep, yep. Absolutely. Okay, so then let's figure out why we're blowing up here. So blue launcher. Okay, so alright, I'm gonna go dig through there. Let me try. What's even worse is only 20 more followers until you can get affiliated with Twitch. Close. I have to do that, and I also have to average 3 streamers an hour, and right now I'm at like 2.4, I think. So yeah, that's those are the 2 things I'm still limited on. So, hey, tell all your friends and family. I'm not saying that I'm not good at recruiting people, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, I can't even get my wife to do this. You know, it's like I tell her, it's like all you gotta do is like click the button. She's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, hasn't happened. So if I can't even convince my wife just to give me, you know, a sub, how am I supposed to get strangers to come on board, right? Oh, I'm a crappy salesman. Hey! Hey, thank you. Wait. Oh, you're hosting. Look at that. Sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. You +1. Thank you kindly. Look at that. Not that I have any viewers. Hey, I mean, I'm not exactly, you know, rolling in the, yeah. My little stat that has the viewers, you know, it's like red when it's like below, I don't know what. I don't know how many numbers you have to get up before it stops being red because, well, quite honestly, mine is always red. So, whatever the magic number is, I ain't hitting it yet. But, you know, hey, at least we're having fun, right? You know. And look at this. I mean, I'm 23 minutes in, and I hadn't even gone down to the rabbit hole of talking about movies yet. So, there you go. That's like a personal best for me. But, you know, I'm sure you're going to, like, toss one out there any moment. I'm just going to, like, pounce on it like a hungry dog. You should let the stream run on your phone, too. Yeah. I guess I should. Although, I mean, I'd have to get, like, the phone connected to his Wi-Fi here. That's another one of those I meant to do it kind of things, but didn't get around to. Get an extra view. Yeah, my buddy Dave here actually told me that they don't bust you on that kind of thing for setting every own streams. So when I get home, I'm gonna get every tablet, every computer that I have in my house, you know, and they're all gonna be dialed in. So there you go, you know. Until I go, hey everyone, what do you guys think of that? And then I have to like lean over it really quick and like type on the tablets and kind of go, yeah, I definitely agree with B. I don't know, B is crappy. Go with C. No, this isn't me. This is other people. I'm schizophrenic enough to pull that off. Okay. It's a blue launcher. Blue launcher, public. Okay. Then you get fired by your boss for being on Twitch on your job. That doesn't look like productivity. But I'm streaming the game stuff. Poorly. You're gone. You can't fire me, I quit. Okay, so billing can get child. Oh. Okay, okay. I think this is some relic code here. This is when I first did it. I had it set up where it was looking for the launcher, the catapult launcher. But I thought I had this fixed, or did I just throw a little fake little launcher rotator in the naming? Let me check this out. Okay. I think I'm getting closer to figuring out what that errors getting thrown by, but launcher of game control has not been okay. Launcher rotator. So let me check out down here resources, prefabs, Island 0. Blue, since blue's the one that screamed. Alright, I'm gonna bring out a couple of these guys. Bring out my gun tower since I know he's working perfectly. Alright. And then I'll bring out gun tower 2. Since he's one of the broken ones, I guess. That's strange. Okay, you know what? Actually, let me do this real quick. Let me delete those. I'm gonna see if I set these guys both back to the catapult. Launcher. No, it is on catapult. Uh-oh. Huh. Okay, now I'm starting to think that I actually broke something else. I'm not even sure what I could have messed with that would have done that. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Alright, come on. Okay. Done. I'm gonna try this one more time. Bring up I got my little editor here, it can pop up, console. And that's just, I'm ignoring these errors because these errors are being triggered by the, all the, you know, the ad network kind of stuff. And since I'm running on a PC, that's just kind of upsetting it, but we don't care about that. Okay, so I'm gonna do this guy. Sending, searching. Huh. Did we error? Didn't error, but it's... Did we error on this side? Looks like it did. Okay, so I completely broke something. You know what? I don't feel like dealing with that tonight. I had a minor victory there, and I had to ruin it by digging deeper and realize that I broke something else, so I'm not happy about that. I think what I'm going to do is actually just kind of play with the characters, figure out some of the animations I'm missing, and maybe just do some animation tonight. Why not? Not like I've been doing 10 hours of animation already today. Actually, only about 9 hours, so that's fine. Huh? No, I'm okay. Thank you. Thanks. Okay. So what I want to do is check out, let's see, let me figure out which, do it this way. We'll start with the dwarf character, high res, and then come into the animator. Alright. Now come over here. Alright, so then it looks like my lose idle. Let's see. I think that's just a one frame thing. Actually, I could do it this way too, couldn't I? I can't see anything. Oh, I hate that one. When you try and like expand it and it just says no. Ugh. Lose idle. Okay, there's our first guy. We are going to create an animation for the our little Gilney-like character, our little dwarf character. So let me fire up my. We're just gonna make the standard little idle where he just kind of bounces around after the loss. I don't like the music. All right, let me resize this so it actually fits on the screen. So, There we go. Alright, let's get him loaded up. In this case, I am going to go to a USB. Source, scenes, characters, Middle Ages. And this is a dwarf character. Response, lose, idle. There it is. Right now he's doing a whole bunch of nothing. Yep. Cool. Alright, so while I'm animating, I'll start the movie stuff. How about that? I'm not sure if you have Netflix. Oh, yeah, Netflix is pretty much global, right? I was trying to watch one. I've tried like 3 times, you know, because like my thing is that I can't really work all the way up until the point where I'm going to bed, right? If I'm like animating or programming and then I just like shut the computer off and go to bed, my brain is still going. So I give myself like a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe even as much as an hour of watching something just so I can like shut down and not be active and just let the brain relax a little while before I go to bed. It's this one movie, man. I tried it like 3 times now, and I'm just not having it. Let me see if I can find it. It's you know what? Actually, I can find it in here. It's on my phone. I downloaded my phone because, as I said, I have no internet where I'm staying, but you can like pre-cache shows and that kind of stuff. And I figured, you know, like 3 times that I've like started it and just kind of going, yeah, no. And I think I'm done. Let's see. I'll tell you the name here in just a second. We're loading up here. Let's see. Some downloads. It is called The Beyond. You know, and it's just, I hate this, man. It's like, remember the days when, like, especially like Atari 2600 days, where you look at the box art and you just go, oh my god, I want to play this game, and you put the cartridge in there and you just get a blue square chasing the red square, and then the red square chases the blue square. You know, they do the same thing with movies, man. I mean, it's like, okay, let me see if they can get like the Beyond. Let's see if I can find a. Yeah, okay, that's good enough. I show you this, right? Yeah. So you see this? Oh, that's, you know, look at that. Oh, sweet, sci-fi. I love me some sci-fi. You know, I've seen this poster. It's like, oh, here we go. Spaceships, stuff going boom. There you go. To find our place in the universe, the beyond, we must venture beyond our boundaries. I'm in. Let's do it. It's basically like watching an episode of The Office, except without any humor. It's just a bunch of scientists talking about it, and they have like this fake camera crew following them around, and they're discussing it. And any sci-fi shots that are actually in space are just basically, they literally took NASA footage, which is public domain because NASA's government, right? They took public domain NASA footage and put like glowy stuff on it to be like the alien stuff. And it's like, no, this can't be the whole thing. And I've tried twice, and that's all it is. People like sitting there talking, and I hate that, man. You know, it's just like, I'm expecting good sci-fi, and yeah, not even close. So there you go. There's my first movie rant for the day. I love sci-fi, and I hate bad sci-fi. All it says is I'm just waiting for Expanse Season 4 to come about. Then I'll be happy again. Alright, so let me try. I'm going to do 5. So I'm just doing like a standard little ping pong loop that he can go through. 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And then loop him around like so. So might make his loop about 32. That's a little fast. Alright, so let me expand it out. So I'll grab this, stretch it out a little bit, snap the frames so they're not partial frames. Where's my snap? There's snap. Snap. Alright, so then go to 40. Frame 40. Okay, the motion's good. I just gotta clean it up. Get me graph editor out. Because you can see it get a little hitchy, but that's just because... Wait, why do I have like negative frames there? I'm not sure how I got that one on there. Okay. So yeah, once again, you can see this kind of stuff. That's what I gotta fix. And then maybe let this dip down. Mine likes flattening curves when they're like in the same line, but in this case I actually want it to kind of ramp a little bit, so I'll do that. That one's okay. Yeah, this is needing to be fixed, so we'll go like that. Just trying to get the curve to keep flowing all the way through. And I'm not doing any rotation, so now... There we go. And then we'd actually drop this one frame, because the loop would not repeat that same frame, so... Yeah. There we go. So there's a good start. And then we'll just... I'll follow suit. What am I doing? 6. Not exactly doing it perfectly the same all the way through. Let me bump this back out. 12. Let me be consistent with this, just for simplicity's sake. So I'm just going to make these keys all on the 6s. There he goes. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So let me go ahead and put some life in the body motion here. Shrink that down a little bit. Actually, give myself a little more room. Like that. 6. Just kind of like, I just do this really quick. And then see if it looks okay, generally okay. And then if it's in the right neighborhood, then I'll clean up. Otherwise, I'll just redo it. Yeah, so that's way ping-ponging all over the place. That's not good. Oh, I gotta leave him alone. Yep, so I don't want to mess with my first last frame, so it'll match for the animation that goes into it. But I can't mess with the ones in between. That might be okay.
And 4% cash back when you take your kids to the museum for the first time.
Whoa, buddy, don't touch that.
No matter your reason for going out, now you have 4 more.
It's a little snappy
Introducing
there.
the new Saver card from Capital One. Earn 4% on dining and 4% on
See
entertainment.
if I can get that
What's in your
to go
wallet?
a little
Terms
bit.
apply. Capital One Bank,
That.
USA NA.
Actually, I think he's snapping there. There we go. Alright, the head's kind of rocking back and forth, but this is just the body, so once I animate the head, I can correct for that. But let me see if this is... Let me try this. I'm going to come up with it a little bit. Like that. Yeah. I think that's going to be okay. Let me just clean up the curves. Right now it's just kind of getting a little nutty on the ins and outs here. Once again, I got the... I don't know why I picked up some keyframes in the negative there, but easy enough to fix. It's not that far off. Do like that. That one's okay. That one's okay. Rotate. Alright, so the curves are okay, but I'm still not crazy about the motion, so I may have to go back and start playing with the excuse me, play with the motion a bit. I think this, I'm gonna grab both these guys. Oops. Let me expand my graph editor, give myself a little more real estate. Alright. Get a little more of a flow here, like that. Same with this guy. There we go. Boom, boom. Alright. We did him. Yeah, that's good. This one. Okay. Let's see what that gets us. Yeah, you can see the head kind of bopping around, but once again, that's not a big deal because I'm going to animate the head here in just a second. So I'm just more interested in the body looks like it's doing something interesting. Alright, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet and put the texture back on it. Still not sure why Maya likes to drop it, but I'll go ahead and save that. Let me unlock the geo so I can select it. Attribute editor. This guy. Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's why. But I can pull that texture from my game project. I'll just do that. Village. Assets. Images. Villages. This is Dwarf Red character. Open. 6. Hello. That's interesting. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, I got a okay, I got a smoothing in there. Let me there it goes. Alright, just had the wrong tab selected. Here we go. Yeah. So not the prettiest animation I've ever made, but for just being an idol, I think it's good enough. So let me put that away. There we go. Yeah, so now I can like rotate the head to kind of counteract the twitchiness that the body was doing there. It's a little bump. It's a little bit of a bump down there, so I'm gonna pull him back a little bit. Lead into that head lean there, like that. Yeah. Maybe not have that head pop up so fast right there. Yeah. I think that'll play. Alright, and then just add a little bit of life to the arms, and we will mark him done. As you can see, I'm just doing like these casual little loop motions, kind of a standard for idle animations. Out a little bit. Alright, my loop's getting away from me here. Comes out. Comes back. What up? Hey, welcome back, man. Welcome back. What's new? What's going on? We having a good Wednesday? Loving life in LA? Let's see. Great now. Yes, when work is done. Yeah, I mean that's definitely that's the same for me. I mean I spend like 8 or 9 hours. Your characters look great. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Well, as I mentioned before, I can't really. I could take credit for the modeling, but the actual design, I can't take credit for it. That's a very talented guy named Daniel Thomas that I've worked with on a couple of my previous games, and I didn't like what my characters were looking like that I had made. They were okay, but I thought they could be improved, so I got him to bang out some concept designs for me. Unfortunately, didn't have enough money to hire him to do the full-on modeling, which is a shame because he can model so much better than I can. And his texturing skills are just insane. But I did model it. So, but yeah, you're saying like when, now that work is done, all is good. So it is kind of funny that I spend 8 or 9 hours a day animating, and then I come over here and I go right back to animating. So I escape work to go to more work. But you know what? I really do enjoy it, so I really can't complain. Except I just want to get it done sometimes. It is very time consuming. Oops. Yeah, I gotta stay up there. That. Come back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start to finish the loop. If I did that right. Let's see if I did that right. It's not bad. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that bend. It's a little funky there. Up just a little. Let's see. Oh wow. So we're here in what's called Culver City, which is due east of like Venice and Santa Monica. Well, I guess straight west here would be Venice, but yeah, they got that front door open. It's like you can actually smell the ocean sometimes. It's kind of funky. That's something you do not experience in Vegas. There's lots of smells in Vegas. Ocean is not one of them. Alright. Yeah. That's good. Oops. Work on the hand arc motion just a little bit here. Just trying to make it smooth. Because right now it's hitting. That might be good enough. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to get a little obsessive here and actually work on the shoulder a little bit. Because getting a little bit of a tug on the arm when it dips down, it kind of like screams inverse kinematics. Right there, in particular. Like that. Alright, and then I gotta bring it back. Ooh. I gotta round that back in. Alright, let me check my curves there. Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. Actually, I'm gonna drag this guy up like that. And this one we can fix. You know what? Now that I see that, this hand definitely wants to come back, so like this. That's a bit much. Like that. As I said, this is all about just doing like little loops. Like that. Like that. There you go. That's good. And the key thing you're looking for in Jello, Jello arms. Yeah, the Jello arms. They're just kind of, he doesn't care anymore. I would like to have the hand rotate in, but the default position he's out, and I don't want to like have it doing like this back and forth wave. But I think the key thing is just it's not twinning. Twinning is when the arms go in like perfect motion together like that. That's just something in animation that you always want to try and avoid. So, I mean, it's not great, but I mean, it's. I mean, if you think about it, it's gonna be seen from like this angle. That angle. So yep, I think I can live with that. So I'm gonna hit Control S, save him, and I guess it'd be a good boy and actually export him out right now. Export selection. My roommate is a twin. I tried to avoid him too. All right, so I gotta do my twin thing. Old TV series. So I just thought of this. I love this. Old TV series called Cheers, which is now, what, at least 30 years old? It's on Netflix, and amazingly still funny. I went back and watched it recently, and it just holds up. Comedy is just so perfect in that. But there's, he's my best mate. So in the episode, you have Carla Tortelli. She's this short little waitress. If you know who Danny DeVito is, Rhea Perlman is actually married to Danny DeVito, right? And they're both like this similar height. She's a little taller than him, but she plays this tough Norman. Hey Norm, how's life treating you? Like a baby treats a diaper. Give me a beer. So Carla Tortelli, she's one of the running gags is that she's always pregnant throughout the show. She always seems to be pregnant. One time she's pregnant with twins, right? And it's so funny that there's like two twins in the bar, and she goes up to them, and she goes, "Hey guys, I gotta ask you something. So, I heard a story that like twins can have like this little telekinetic kind of connection." She goes, "Is there any truth to that?" And she like stares at them, and they don't do anything. And she goes, "Hello?" And they look at each other and they go, "We're discussing it." So there's your twin humor for the night. Watch the episode. It's actually a lot funnier than me. You know? Yeah. Where was I going with this? Oh, I gotta go to my desktop. There you go. I'll throw it back in here. Yeah, all the Normisms, man. Norm Peterson, the man that lives at the bar. Where am I going here? I want to go to Objects, Characters, Middle Ages, Dwarf, and this was the Blues Idol. I'm going to overwrite that. Yes. So, in theory, that should just snap into perfectness. So if I just come back in Unity, it should just grab that. And it's doing a whole bunch of nothing. Hey, look at that. Really? What for you no move? That I wasn't expecting. Are you going like... Huh. That's interesting. Okay. Just, does it not want to refresh, or do you think I have to like kill Unity and restart it for it to pick it up? Because I mean, it should be, unless I did something wrong with my export selection. FBX. That's all good. That's all good. Oh, animations. Bake animation. I bet you that's it. Let me try that again. This is lose idle. Let me see if that was the culprit. See, it obviously made a change because before you saw it was like gray shade. There it is. That was the magic sauce right there, which is clicking on the bake animation tool. It's the problem with like having multiple versions of the Maya running around is that you forget which settings you have set on which ones. But there you go. So he's good. Actually, that arm looks a little poppy, but you know what? I'm not gonna tweak it. If I hate it, I'll come back and fix it later. Right now, I'm just gonna like leave it as is. I will consider it a CBB, which is could be better, and that's the way I feel about all my animation. Generally, it's like it's not that I ever finish my animations. It's just like I'm gonna get back to it, but then I guess I never do. So he's fine for right now. Okay. So what do we got for Win Idle? Do we have anything on him? He is looking pretty frozen, isn't he? Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and save him again, and then we're gonna come up here, and actually I need scene. So come back to my computer, come back to my USB memory stick, source, scenes, characters, store, response, and this is Win Idle. And fix that lack of texture again. Hey, at least it went to the right direction now. That's nice of it. Okay. So, just gonna do the same thing. Here. I'm gonna start with this pelvis. Just have him do a loop. Going counterclockwise. You can see the deformation is terrible underneath here. I did not do a good job on the weighting when I did the rigging. But, you know, hopefully nobody calls me out on that. I mean, it's I think I just took the default values and just like did like a 5-minute tweak. But it's okay. Alright, so oops, I'm not going back fast enough here. So I'm gonna go here. Start curving back here. Here. Why is it going up and down? That's not good. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. Motion is okay. He's definitely swinging way too far, but I can actually adjust that here. There you go. So I need to leave the first and last frame alone, so that'll line up. Try that. Yeah. Yeah. I think that'll work. Let me see if I need to clean any of these curves. Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys. Ah. Like that. What's up your commercial movie going, snob? Just kidding. How is the game going? Slowly! The game is going like the 405 on a rainy day on the first day back in school. So anyone that's familiar with LA knows what I'm talking about there. Commercial movie going snob. Yes. Wait, does that mean that I'm a snob who only goes to commercial movies? Or I won't go to commercial movies because I'm a snob? Or all the above? Yeah, all the above. How's it going, Arcustone? What's going on? How's life on the other side of the North American continent? 9. Wait, actually, didn't you say you're in New York, right? Did I get that right? If so, you're like at the witching hour, aren't you? Midnight? Or are you just like a night owl? Did I get that right? Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So you just night owl kind of thing, or you gotta see what I'm up to? Lie to me and tell me it's like, yeah, no, I should be in bed, but you know, I gotta see what's going on here. Yeah, no, I doubt that. Yeah. Vampire Hours, and I like to check your stuff out. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. I've done the Vampire Hours myself. My first job when I moved to Los Angeles. Well, let's see. Yeah, pretty much be my first job. I was working at Sony ImageWorks basically as a data wrangler, right? That's back then. I couldn't even get hired. I couldn't get arrested as an animator. So I took the first job I could get, and so it was on Stuart Little 2. This is a million years ago. Over 18 years ago. And I did it for a while, and then I got bumped to the night shift. And that was funky. It was like 9 p.m. to like 7 in the morning. And at the time, I had an apartment that was in the heart of Hollywood, right? And so I'd be like packing it in, driving home after a whole night's work, and then driving home, and me and the ladies of questionable reputations would all be on the street corners, and it's just, you know, we all look tired. So yeah, that's doing the night shift stuff, man. The pay was better, but that was kind of a funky thing. I mean, it's kind of weird. You go to bed and, you know, the sun is just coming up. I did that for, I think, like a year. It was like almost a year and a half. That was interesting times. But, you know, I needed the cash at the time, and I still hadn't convinced anyone that I needed to be an animator for them a million years ago. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Where's that pop coming from? Right there. So are you like in like New York City, New York proper, or like more like suburb kind of thing? Sorry about that, I had a hangnail. Ah, that's terrible. Should do that off camera. Oh well. You guys don't watch that. I'll edit that out later when I'm like biting my fingernails. Oh wait, did I mess it up? I thought it was on the 6s. Oops. 5, 6. Look at that, I messed that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. That's good, that's good. Ooh. 54, I think, right? 54. Yep. 5, 6. There it is. All right. Yeah, I've been in New York a couple of times. I haven't been in a ton of years, though. the city that never sleeps, right? But then I live in Vegas, so, you know, sleepy little town like Vegas, you know. Oops, I gotta leave that one alone. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. If I wanted to do it quicker, I could just like do a parent constraint, the wrist to the pelvis. But I like to have a little play in it, so that just I don't want to be completely locked in there, frozen. All right, and then I should, because I'm doing IK, I should be able to play with this upper body without that affecting the arms. Yeah, just want to make sure. That's gonna be a lot. Let me see. Oops, yeah. Soften that a little bit. It's not bad. Actually, I can come further out this direction and roll back. There you go. There's a very boastful kind of winning idle animation right there. Actually, I'm gonna oops, come even more this way. I like to show you one of the shorts. I'm less embarrassed to show people, but where do I send it to? Well, so the company is Scary Robot, ScaryRobot.com. So anything you send to ScaryRobot.com, but I'm Dustin, so just Dustin at ScaryRobot.com. That's the easiest way. Along with a little link for you know some PayPal money or something. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, just send it there. Or you could just put up here. I'll put up on the screen if you want. Or if you not want to show it to all the world. I mean, come on. I'm willing to throw myself in front of the camera and make a fool of myself for a couple hours. That's hit right there. Let's see it. See, oh, there you go, man. Gloves thrown down now. Boom. And come on. I mean, I've shown you like. I showed you a demo reel that was like insanely old, right? No. I mean, one of these days I could actually dig out my very first animated short. Oh, there's nudity in it too. Ah, you watch it in private. Okay, I'll download it and watch it when I get home. Oh, no, wait. Excuse me. I mean, I'll contemplate and watch it later. Yeah, I am trying to maintain that family status on my Twitch stream, you know. And wait, let me check. Hold on. Yeah, no, there's no Russian basketball players tonight, so I think we're pretty safe on the language tonight, you know. There's nothing funnier than lots of screaming vulgarities with a Russian accent. That's pretty freaking entertaining right there. All right, that's a bit of a pop. Let me figure out what's going on with him. All right, I will keep it to myself. I will not share. But yeah, please send it off to me. I'll check it out for sure. Yeah, I may have to watch it here since I literally have no internet where I'm staying, as I mentioned before, and I'm using my cell phone. I'm using Google Fi, which is dirt cheap if you don't actually use any data, but you only get like 1 gig, and after that they start charging you It's like $10 a gig. I don't know how I did it, but I'm like only like a week into my schedule, and I've already like burned through all my gig data. So for some reason, Chrome has racked up like a gigabyte worth of information. I have no idea why. I'm like force closing it on my phone just to make sure that it's not like doing anything in the background. Okay, let me see if that takes that pop away. It's still a little hitchy. Oh, it might be this guy that I'm seeing the hitch on. If you have internet at home, it's on Vimeo. Oh, okay. It's not a porn, just a surreal horror short. Oh, cool. Yeah, actually a friend of mine did that. He I've known him for a bunch of years now, and he goes off and shoots his own little short films. He did one that was like a little horror film that ended up getting picked up by, it was like TNT or one of those things that does like horror at night kind of things, and they bought it. It's like a little 5-minute piece, and it was cute. It was kind of funny. But yeah. Okay, yeah, if it's on Vimeo, then definitely send it my way. I do have internet at work, but then it sounds like it is not exactly a safe for work kind of thing. I could try and watch it in the corner. My buddy likes texting me stuff all the time. I think just to try and get me in trouble, he'll send me pictures. And it's like, you know, you got a message, I pop it up, it's like, whoa, okay, close. This is my friend, you know, my friend who's trying to get me fired, you know, who's sending me all kinds of wrong stuff. And it's like, yeah, friends like these, right? Alright, it still feels like I gotta pop. Boom. Let me try that. That might be what I need. That's not bad. Yeah. Let's see, did you send it? Nope, not yet. Unless you are Greenwise Senior Help. You know what? I'm getting spam on my company account now. I hate that. I have like my old ancient account. Not plural, singular. Scary Robot. I did manage to grab scaryrobots.com, but I literally don't do anything with it. I think it just repoints, and I have no email set up for that. So, robot.com, and then I will get that. Yeah, when I did it, I got scaryrobot.com, but Scary Robots was being sat on by someone for like years, and then one year they forgot to pay for it, and then I jumped on it, and then I just repointed it. So if you type Scary Robots, in theory it should go to scaryrobot.com. But yeah, didn't bother to spend the time or effort to do email for it. So if I was trying to do this animation properly, I mean, well, I do a lot of different things. I put a lot more love into it, but I'm just trying to knock this stuff out pretty quickly. And then, I mean, obviously I would do a lot of offsets too. I'm doing basically all my keyframing is all the same. So, I mean, generally if you want stuff to have that nice kind of, lack of a better term, you know, that Pixar-esque kind of quality, you know, you definitely want to do offsets, because that's what really makes the animation look better, is when there's just this, you know, this offset of the animation and the flow to it. But I ain't Pixar, and I don't have the time or patience to put it into this, so I'm just kind of doing it in a more down and dirty kind of fashion. So it's, you know, it's serviceable, but you know, not shooting for any awards for animation, you know. And it, you know, it's a mobile game. Come on, you know, how much of this stuff you're gonna see on your screen? Let's see. I mean, I got a decent sized phone, and it's still like, you know, like that. So, you know. Oh, I just bumped something. Let me go back to object mode. Whoops. That's the scary thing about Maya, man. You can hit a key in Maya, and like it deletes every computer within a 5-mile radius. I've done that before. I've hit keys. It's like I have no idea what I did, but stuff just went sideways. 6. Oop. There. And then back there. Let's see what that does right there. Ooh, it's a bit of a hit there. Boom. Start to tuck that in. And he goes there. Yeah, okay. Let me check out my curves. Yep. Smooth these guys out a little bit. Leave that. I'll leave that. I'll go ahead and mess with this one. Just some like that. And maybe a little bit here. Boom, boom. There you go. Yeah. Alright, how about now? Did you send it? You might have, my phone doesn't actually update all that quickly. It doesn't check emails as fast as I like it to. It's another thing about Google Mail that kind of annoys me. It's like the fastest setting is like 15-minute updates. My old phone, it was like updating like literally every minute, checking the mail. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna knock this down 1 frame so we get a proper looping. I will in a moment. I'm typing a mini story for you. A mini story? Oh wow, okay. It was a time of rebellion. Dun, 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 dun. You're gonna give me like a little thing. I can hit the button and the text kind of does that crawl. No, maybe not. Nah, just explanation behind the production. Yeah. So what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about 2001, and between that and Star Wars. So of course that was, you know, John Dykstra was the key man behind that. He created the Dykstra Flex camera, right? That's the one that was like, that was the first concept of creating a camera that was attached to a computer that could repeat the moves, and which is why Star Wars worked, because they're able to repeat the moves and do multiple passes. But so yeah, as I mentioned, I was at Sony ImageWorks, and he was like running the show there, and he's just one of those things that like I almost literally bumped into him in the hall once, and it's just kind of like, that was, you know, for me, I was just like, oh my god, you know, he was just like, get out of my way, jerk. No, actually, he didn't say that. He's actually a nice guy. He's a very cool guy. Okay, it's a little bit of a, let me check this. Seems like there's a bit of a hitch here when he's turning. I want to clean that up a little bit, and I will probably mark him done and move on. Oh, wait. I have no rotation on his pelvis. The rotation is actually up here on his body. So let me check this. This would be the green guy. I think that's what I'm going to look at here. Is the rotate. No, it's not terrible. Let me try. Smooth this out a little bit. Boom, boom. Put a little more arc in here. If you're doing proper animation, you're supposed to never like do this, like leave an arc like this. You're supposed to actually add a keyframe there, but I'm all about breaking the rules. Break the rules. But yeah, I mean, if I was working with other people, I would probably be a little bit better about cleaning that stuff up, but alright. You know what? I'm going to play with the head a little bit here. Just get a little motion to it, but I actually like the movement on it already. 6. Make that go wide. Just want to have have the head rise up a little bit more than it was doing naturally. Yes, I count out loud when I'm counting. I'm like a little kid. Alright, I think I messed that arc up. Let's see. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, not quite. Okay, I think that's okay. I think I just need to clean up my curves and it should be okay. Yeah, see how this is going flat? That's part of the reason why it looks like it kind of pops there a little bit. Bless you. There we go. Like that. Boom, boom. Boom. There we go. Check this out again. Ooh, nope. There. Boom. That's not good. Alright. Okay. I think that might be our winner right there. Yeah, that looks like a boastful winning idol pose right there. What do you think? He looks pretty happy with himself. That's some terrible deformation underneath there, but you know what? I'm leaving it. Okay, cool. So, Control S, select him, and let's spit him out. Export selection. Alright, now the baking is turned on, so we're all good there. Let's go to desktop. Assets. Where am I going? I'm going to objects, of course. Characters, Middle Ages. Man, I'm like right at the point. I'm definitely in the old man years. Right at the point where the text is just starting to get a little hazy. You know, I could do the reading glasses, or I can just kind of like squint and still see it okay. But I'm like right at that threshold where it's just like any minute now I'm gonna have to just give up and start putting the reading glasses on. But I'm just fighting it as long as I can. No real reason except I'm just being stubborn. Alright, so this is when idle, correct? I think that's correct. Done. Let's go over to here, and look at that. Magically, we got motion. Sweet. There you go. So that's 2 knocked out. I was going to hit Control S, but there's nothing to save over on the Unity side, is there? She's... Let's see, do I have her idle? Let's see if we have that idle. It's not sending. Is it just a link to Vimeo, or is it here? It should be robot. Nope, not Vom. Dustin at Scary Robot. Just there you go. Is that what you're doing? I mean, it's not. I wouldn't put it past my email to be completely glitchy. So it may not be you. It could be me. So, that's weird. Or the restream like threw it onto the other ones. Huh, okay. Oh, there it goes. So it did go through. Cool. Alright, I'll keep an eye out for it here. And, yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe after I wrap up here, I can do it. How long is it? I might be able to do it after I finish here. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Since I will not have decent internet at my house. house, or not my house, but where I'm staying. So I don't. 6 minutes. Oh yeah, okay, cool. It's 6 minutes. I'll check that out. Wow. Okay, looks like I started that one. Yeah, that looks done. So that was here's a beautiful example. Excuse me. Animators always look for IK arms, and one of the telltale signs of someone that just does IK poorly is when you see those arms lock in position like they're holding on to a railing. So you can see I actually started again. I just did the little pelvis. There's absolutely nothing going on except that. So I guess I made at least a quasi effort to add some life to it instead of just doing like the frozen frame like I did on some of the other ones. But let's go ahead and make that not suck, shall we? This is Lou's idol for female warrior. So let me switch back over here. Back over here. Actually, I should be able to come. No, it's not going to help. Sometimes it saves the directories, but it's not going to be that kind of thing. So I just go to it manually. Scenes, characters, middle ages, female warrior, and this is response, and this is Lou's idol. Alright. Smoothing, that's what I want. This is female warrior color. There we go. Shrink that down. Alright. So, I got just her going. Motion's okay, but it's way too much. So, first thing I do is dial that down. Again, I got, you know what? I'm going to just clean this up right now. Select all. Locker. Geo. Select all of my controls there. Get rid of that. These keys that shouldn't be there. There we go. And then just select her pelvis, or as I say, the cog. There we go. All right. So then, why is it? Okay, that's 0. So then I want to mess with these guys. So I'll shrink them down. About yay, and then I gotta fix these now. That's cool. Alright, that was X, so that's her right and left, and this is Y, so this will be our up and down. Lars von Trier, he did the movie with the explicit scene thing. What was the I forgot the name, but yeah, it's like the Menage a Trois scene that she did, right? I haven't seen it, but was it actually a trilogy, or did he do like multiple chapters? That's every movie he directs. Yeah, one of my favorite directors, Walter Hill, has a quote. I don't know if I mentioned it here before, but I love it. Walter Hill once said, "Directors only make one movie; they just remake it 6 or 7 times." I mean, you know. So I guess that's true for Lars as well. No, it's the woman that like goes and explores her own female sexuality or something like that. I know it was like a couple of years back. I'm not sure. As I said, I didn't exactly get around to seeing it myself, but is that what you're alluding to? Is that you're influenced by Lars a bit, or just curious about my knowledge about him in general, which I think is pretty weak. I don't know. I'd have to look at his actual list of movies. Let's see. Lars. Writer. What that one is. Directing. Yeah, Nymphomaniac. That was it. That was the movie I was thinking of. But oh, Melancholia. That was the feel-good movie, right? That was the. There was like that whole wave of it's funny because like in the 80s, we were all about, Hollywood was all about the Cold War, right? It's Russia and we're going to blow each other up, right? You know, war games and all these nuclear annihilation movies, right? All these movies. And now there was like this giant wave of, no, we're not going to kill ourselves, but the giant comet that smashes in. I mean, you had like, what was it, Looking for a Friend for the end of the universe, or that one, and then you got Melancholia, where it's just like, you know, the planet's gonna die, it's gonna get blown up, it's gonna get hit by something. So he did that one. Oh yeah, Antichrist. Oh, I'm in the writer section. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I actually seen any of Lars's movies. The Boss of It All. No. Dogville the Pilot. No. You know what? I gotta be honest. I don't know if I've actually seen any of his films. I'm familiar with them, of course. I mentioned that one, but Kingdom? Nope. Wow. That's interesting. I guess I don't think I've ever actually watched a Lars film. Chess Game. No, I don't think I have. Huh. Interesting. I would assume I had, but nope. I brought him up because Matt Dillon is in his latest flick, The House That Jack Built. Sundance Film Festival. 100 people walked out because it was so disturbing. Wow. So here's the question mark. It's a Lars movie, right? So does that mean people weren't paying attention to who is made by, or is it like even by Lars standards is disturbing? That's the question mark, right? You know, I mean, Kirsten Dunst in the, you know, I'm married, I'm happy, and then now we're all gonna die, right? I mean, that's pretty bleak. So that's interesting. Well, you know, sounds like a good follow-up for The Martian for Matt, I guess, right? Wow. The House That Jack Built. Do I have to figure out actually what the subject is? Or, oh, no, sorry. You wrote Matt Dillon. Sorry. You wrote Matt Dillon. I read Matt Damon. Matt Dillon. Yeah. He hasn't really been up to too much lately, has he? I mean, his brother Kevin kind of like blew past him with Entourage, right? He had that big streak of, you know, he sort of went from being the less famous baby brother, you know, his biggest claim to fame was what, Platoon maybe, to being like the more famous one. But yeah, Matt Dillon, dude, I seriously cannot remember the last anything I saw of Matt Dillon in it. I mean, he was like the heartthrob of like the 80s, right? Okay. So anyways, actually I think this is working. This dialed down. You can see what I did. I mean, it's the same circular motion, but just the amount of swing on both sides got dialed down a bunch. So let me add some life to the chest here. It follows a serial killer in the 70s and 80s who is convinced heaven is our soul and hell is our body and the vessel keeping us from being free or whatever. There's a lot of crossing the line in the film. A lot, LOL. Okay. Kind of like Henry the Serial Killer. Henry the Portrait of a Serial Killer. Wasn't that, isn't that the same guy that was in The Walking Dead, right? I can't remember his name, but I think that was the same actor, wasn't it? Henry the Portrait of a Serial Killer, where it's sort of like, I don't know if that's what this is doing, if it shows Kevin in, excuse me, Kevin, I just screwed up there. Sorry, Matt, Matt Dillon, if it shows him in a quasi compassionate way, right? Like he's a sympathetic serial killer, you know, kind of like Dexter or something, or is it just he's that creepy and we're still following around just because we can? I mean, Dexter did a good job of riding that fine line, I think, for a long time, you know? I mean, when I first heard about the premise, it's kind of like, wait, so we're rooting for a serial killer. You know, and I mean, it did a good job of introducing the, you know, the extenuating circumstances. and also has the record for one of the all-time worst endings for TV series. Which, in case you ever watch it, I will not spoil. I don't do spoilers, you know. But I thought it's stupid that the whole world dies with a nuclear explosion. I'm kidding. It doesn't. Although, honestly, if they would have just like said, you know, Russia fired missiles and blown up the world at the end of Dexter for the final episode, that still would have been a better ending than they did for that show. I cannot believe they ended it. But I digress. I'm sorry if there's any Dexter fan. I like Dexter. I thought it was a fascinating show. I think it went on maybe like a season or two too much, but that ending, man. See, now I'm just like thinking about that. I mean, when you see a TV show that ends, then you kind of go, okay, so the writers quit, maybe? Oh, let's see. Oh, wow. My starting and end frames are way off. I mucked that up, didn't I? Okay. Oops, a little much there. Ooh, wow. I gotta bring that down, like that. All right. So since okay, so maybe we won't do film, maybe do TV. You know, just a quick thought. Guys, tell me what your favorite TV series. Like, it doesn't have to be current, right? Because there's a lot of garbage on TV now. Says the guy who's actually working on TV shows. So does that make me a slightly hypocritical? But just like, let's talk TV shows. Someone name some TV shows that are like absolute favorites. Did I stump the band on that one? I mean, I can get the ball rolling because God knows there's a ton of TV shows that I've loved over the years. Of course, there's more that I hated, I think. Not a big TV guy. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Scary Robot Games on Twitch is my new TV. Wow. I did binge watch all of Lost. Yeah, I did the same. It's funny, I actually refused to watch Lost for a bunch of years. Primarily because I actually, this is a million years ago, but I actually got nominated for an Emmy for when I worked on Battlestar Galactica, our very first episode, and I got to go to the Emmys, and we were up against the pilot episode of Lost, and so I lost to Lost. How's that for poetic justice? So being a stubborn jerk, I just said that's it. I'm not gonna watch the show. So I refused to watch it for years and years. But then when it came on like Netflix, I binge watched it, and that is the most ADD show I can ever think of. It's kind of like, okay, here's what we're going to be about. We're going to be a plane wreck, and there's going to be this mystery, and it's going to be about the smoke. No, forget about that. No, it's going to be about this guy over here. No, forget about that. No, it's going to be about this. Check. It's like they kept like. It's sort of like they had this wheel. It's like every couple of months they'd spin the wheel and kind of go, let's make it about something else, right? No, wait, forget about that. How about this instead, right? It's like, come on. It just, I mean, I understand that shows evolve over time, right? I mean, come on. The Fonz was supposed to be a one-off thing, right? He's supposed to be one episode and disappear, right? But he's amazing, so then you make the whole show around him. That's the way it works, right? But Lost didn't have a Fonz. Lost had like 20 Fonzes, and they were like fall in love with it, and then a couple minutes later they go, this sucks, and they just completely change it, right? So you're like engrossed and like into this whole storyline, and then they just kind of go, yeah, forget about it, And to this day, I mean, the way they finish it off is kind of like everyone has their own theory of what the thing even means, because I don't even think the writers probably agree with the ending of that series. No. It's not as bad as Dexter, okay? I mean, the Lost ending is still not nearly as bad as Dexter, and that's only because Dexter amazingly sucks. Okay, sorry, off the soapbox. Stranger Things was good, and I'm waiting for Game of Thrones. I don't watch too much TV either. I love Stranger Things. Okay, so Stranger Things is kind of funky. I'll tell you my connection to why I mean, no, part of it was because I was the age of the character. Yeah. Okay, you watched it as well? Zealous you. Okay. Here's the thing. So the characters in the show, when the series takes place in that time frame, that was my age, right? So here's the funky thing. So you have the goofy character, right? With the speech impediment. His name is Dustin, right? And the kid that goes missing is William, right? Which is my first name, right? And then you have the other character, the main character, whose last name is Byers, which is actually my grandfather's name. And so you have all that, my time frame, all that name connection, and when watching the show, it's kind of like, God, the entire neighborhood looks like my neighborhood, right? I look it up, and they filmed it where I was born and raised in Atlanta. So it's just like I had this weird connection to that show just from the get-go, because it just completely nailed my childhood without a doubt. They wrote about, yes, and I still have not got my royalty check, right? You know, I don't know how many lawyers I have to hire, but, you know, so far none of them have succeeded because they've stole my life. Dude, you know, I completely, all that stuff happened to me. Okay, no. But, the second season started going, SJW. Really? You think so? I thought, I mean, I don't know. I probably enjoyed season 2 of Stranger Things maybe even more than season 1, because season 1 is aliens, or excuse me, Alien, right? And then season 2 is aliens, to the point where you have, you have Paul Reiser in the cast. I mean, that was just so cool, right? You know, I mean, there's so many. Let's sue. There you go. Yeah. No, I mean, you know, the story itself was, it's definitely developing. Not saying I don't like it. Yeah, you know, in season 1, to me, I was so on board with it, right? I was loving the show completely. But then it kind of felt like they kind of lost their way about halfway through the series, and it's sort of like it's almost like they got to the last episode and they went, someone in management came down to them and said, oh, by the way, this is your final episode. And, you know, what are the Doofus brothers? I'm sorry, Duffer brothers. Sorry, I'm going to fix that in post. I said the Duffer brothers. They suddenly got told, it's like, oh, yeah, you have to wrap up the show in this episode. And they went, oh, crap! You know, and then they shoved 5 episodes worth of storytelling in that last episode. And it felt kind of rushed, I thought, you know, in the season 1. Where season 2, I thought, was much better paced, you know. And come on, anytime you have Sean Astin in there, who did reference Goonies indirectly by saying, you know, oh, what? Let me guess, the X marks the spot. You know, I mean, come on, that alone was just beautiful, I thought. So, I like season 1, but I like season 2 more. I'm a little concerned about where they can take it now. I think they've really kind of run the gamut. So I know they'll do a 3rd season because it was such a mega hit, but I hope they don't mess it up, man. You know, I really hope they don't. You know, but I watched season 2 and I just want to go eat Eggo waffles, I think. Oh, so I'm sorry. Actually, I missed something back here, didn't I? Lost. I'm not a cord cutter. I never had it. I never had a cord. And I'm waiting for Game of Thrones. Yeah, my wife is big into it. I'm obviously much more of a sci-fi fan than I am the medieval stuff. As I sit there and make a game with medieval characters. Once again, hypocrite? Oh, a little. But yeah, I think that I'll come back to it. Kind of like the Lost thing, you know, where just once it all comes up, I think what I'm waiting for is an ending, right? Once I know the show wraps up, I might be more trusting and giving a chance, you know. Although it sounds like Game of Thrones kind of went off the rails a bit as well. I think my wife was like less than thrilled with the last season. You know. I mean, but she's a big fan of it, you know. I mean, I could tell. I mean, she's, you know, she whispers Jon Snow's name in her sleep. But wait, I didn't share that one publicly, did I? No, okay, good. That would have been embarrassing. I mean, come on, man. Jon Snow's a handsome guy. I accept that fact. And if, you know, if she can get him, she can have him. You gotta have those lists, right? Let's see. Alright, so no other TV shows? Do we have to go back to movies? We can talk movies too. Favorite thing, worst thing you've seen? Is she an actress? My wife? No. Nope, nope, nope. No. If she were an actress, then yeah, then I'd be a little more apprehensive about the whole, you know, if you can get her. If you can get him. Nope. Nope. She's just a talented 2D artist. I was about to say, yeah, yeah, that would be a little more dicey, you know. Not like actors and actresses ever hook up during production, right? No. Let's see. I'm doing a cruddy job of making an arc here, aren't I? Boom, boom. Try that. Ooh, there it is. There you go. I think that's a decent one. Let's see. Oops. Ooh. Favorite movie set in LA then? Oh jeez. The Player, LA Story, To Live and Die in LA, Predator 2. Wow. Okay. Die Hard, the greatest Christmas movie of all time. You know, there's two different mindsets. There's people that believe that Die Hard is the greatest Christmas movie ever made, and that it is in fact a Christmas movie, and there's people that are just wrong. That is that oh yes, I watch it every Christmas. Yeah, you know, I mean, because I'm intelligent enough to know that when I watch a movie in a theater, that there's no reason to talk to the screen or make any kind of noise, because at no point do the actors on the screen stop and like take a bow, right? I know that, and I do not do that. But Die Hard, dude, when the cop pulls out the gun at the end there, right? You get that slow motion stuff, right? And he just goes, yeah, right? Man, I lost it. I was applauding. I was cheering, you know, and I felt like an idiot afterwards because, you know, it's a movie, but that, oh yeah, that's just such a great movie. It ain't Christmas until I see Hans Gruber fall from the Nakatomi Plaza, right? Which is, you know, not that far. It's in what is it, Century City? I think I've driven up there a couple of times. But yeah, that is, I'm sure I've mentioned this before. Hans Gruber is the benchmark for all-time greatest villains. Yep, quite close. Yep. Yeah, Alan Rickman. I mean, that should never have been that much of. I mean, I always say this. My favorite movies are the movies where you could take the camera off the shoulder of the hero and put it over the shoulder of the bad guy, and the bad guy is the hero. And that is so true, because Hans Gruber, he's not a mustache-twirling villain. He just wants to get rich, you know? That's the whole premise. And he almost, I mean, how many bank heist movies have you seen where you're pulling for the guys robbing the bank, right? That's all it is he and his crew are robbing a really, really expensive bank with the German bear bonds, right? And this one jerk who has nothing to do with anything is there to mess him up, right? It would be so easy to just see it from his point of view, and that's why to me, that's why Die Hard is just genius. Let's see. I am stoked. My work is doing a screening of Die Hard in Armani. In Armani, yeah, exactly. He is a supervillain. Yeah, okay. Wherever you work, your place is very cool, right? If they choose, you know the number, use it. You know? Oh yeah, make little fists with your toes. Robbing a bank in Armani. There you go. Oh, the Alamo Draft House. Oh, nice. So you get like the beers and the pizza while you're watching the screen. And doing your best not to repeat every single line as it goes along, right? I would be so hard pressed to like just, I mean, yeah. I've done that, man. I've done that. If I'm like having like a really cruddy time, I will bust out either Die Hard or Back to the Future. Those are instant go-tos where just really kind of puts me in a better mood, you know? That's just, he's such a classic. And what's it? I can't remember his name. He was obviously in Breakfast Club, right? He is the ultimate jerk guy, you know. Oh, I can't remember his name, but he was just such a fun character, right? I also love Terminator 2 for LA Movie. Yeah. Oh man, talk about a movie that like, how do you like match Terminator 1? But T2. Let's see. It's going to be a movie party, so the guests get props and stuff to use during the film. Oh, that is so cool. Could we make that like the new Midnight Movie, right? I mean, I don't even know if they still do that, right? I mean, it used to be Rocky Horror Picture Show and then Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, I think. But yeah, make Die Hard like a midnight movie, right? Everyone comes out in the white wife beater t-shirts, right? Oh, that'd be so cool. Yippee-ki-yay! Oh, no, I'm not gonna finish it because I'm still trying to do the family family channel stuff. But yeah, I would have so much fun with that. Ho ho! Yeah. Ho ho! Yeah. You're just a common thief. No, I'm an exceptional thief. Now I got a machine gun. Yeah. Oh, I was like, this is just like Nam. I wasn't even born then, man. Parties at Alamo, the Rocky Horror treatment to a random film. That's so cool. I love that, man. Absolutely love that idea. I would be so hard pressed to keep my mouth shut the whole time, though. But, oh, and then you also got shoot. Once again, blanking on his name, but Mr. EPA guy from Ghostbusters as well. The place is awesome. Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't think we have one in Vegas. I know they used to have where I said I came from Atlanta originally. I know I saw quite a few films at Alamo Drafthouse. William Atherton. Thank you, William Atherton. Yeah, you want to actually see a trippy film because he actually started off as a bit of a heartthrob. He had a movie with Goldie Hawn. Back, once again, Hollywood makes, like, someone makes a movie and then everyone makes like 20 copies of it, right? But that was back during the car chase era, right? And it was Sugarland Express. And just John Williams did the music. And you had like Toots, the harmonica player. Just an amazing music, and it's just such a great chase film. I mean, it's kind of like Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing. It's in that same era. But, hey, man, real genius for life. Oh, yeah, my wife had never seen Real Genius, right? And this is like 14 years ago or so, a decade ago, about over a decade ago. And I finally sat her down and showed her Real Genius. And it's so funny. She, after the movie finishes, she turns to me and she goes, "That's where you get your sense of humor." And I go, "Oh my God, I didn't realize that. I've been doing an impression of my humor. I've been doing Val Kilmer since that movie came out. I so mimic him, and that is so true. I completely, I realize that. And every time I do one of those little stupid little goofy lines, what, that'll never fit him. You know, that kind of stuff. I just realize that, oh my god, I'm just a poor man's Val Kilmer. Although I'm a fraction of his size now, so I'm sorry. But yeah, real genius, man. Everybody wants to rule the world. I love that. Yeah, and that's another one with William Atherton. He's just so good at playing the bad guy. This is great. It went straight to the gaseous form. Now if we could just keep it from exploding. Oh. Your mom used to put license plates. Hey, Hannibal Grimm, thanks for the follow, buddy. Appreciate that. And you put license plates in your underwear? How did you sit? Wait, can't you pee? No, not with you standing there. Oh, that's really weird. Okay, well, whatever. Yeah. Oh, and I can't do the moment because once again trying to do the family thing. But when he sees the daughter, he's like, "Oh my God, have you ever seen a woman like this naked? That's my daughter." Well, I guess you have. And he does that line with her, man. It's like I can do his line, right? If I can ever do anything for you, more to the point to you, just let me know. And her response, boom, when she nails it, that response that she does. Oh, man, oh God, that's just perfect comedy, man. Oh, so you want your stupid trivia? How about this? Stupid trivia. I have it on my Amazon library for a reason. At the pool party, if you watch it, one of the kids that's in the pool, I'm once again blanking on his name, but he ends up being the producer for all of Roland Emmerich's movies. So I can drop everything when someone tells me they have not seen it. Yeah, that is it, man. I have it on DVD, but I gotta get it on Blu-ray if I don't have it on Blu-ray. But that is definitely one of those. I love that. And you know what? That is one of my favorite things when someone says, I've never seen that movie. Because then, I mean, I can't wipe my own brain, right? In spite of, like, trying to get one of those little Men in Black things so I can just wipe parts so I can see some of these movies again. But to watch it with someone else that hasn't seen it and, like, live. Dean Devlin, thank you. Nice pull, thank you. Dean Devlin is actually in the pool in the Real Genius. It's, like, right at the end that played Ick. There you go. Yeah, and then he was also in Roland Emmerich's super early film with Michael Pare. Was it Moon 44 or Moon 88, where they actually use like practical models, right? Where they just take like inmates and they have them fly like suicidal missions in spaceships. And yeah, you know your film trivia. You do, man. Yeah, I know the character, I know the people, I can see them, I can name like 20 things, but sometimes the name just escapes me. It's just too much of the Diet Coke, I think, you know, all that sweetener stuff. But yeah, so that was like Dean Devlin in the early days, and he's directing now. I mean, I guess he produced for ages, but yeah, he kind of got smacked around on that movie he just released not that long ago. He may want to stick to producing for a while, I think. But yeah, that's right. He's still directed more movies than I've directed, so he's got that going for him. But yeah, I love Real Genius, man. That's, you know. God, are you still there? I'm a Diet Dew drinker. Never blame the sweetener. Yeah. Nah. It's just old age and senility. I'll just stick with that. So many Sonic Tune remixes. Yeah. I think I mentioned before, it's just, you know, I would be playing like a bunch of either streaming soundtracks or 80s music if I had my druthers, but if I do that, then Twitch like kills my audio on the replays, and this is a Twitch friendly streaming thing, so yeah. And it's not even like the actual songs, it's the cover versions, I guess, so it is what it is. Otherwise, you're just gonna like hear me just blathering without anything, so at least there's some kind of background music going on, right? I think I mentioned before that I've seen some streamers actually play music, and I haven't bothered to look to see if they just don't care and they get their music silenced, or if they have some trick, or they just like, they're big enough like stars that they can get away with it, and Twitch overlooks it for them. I'm not sure, but yeah. I could probably put something together for you, similar sounding covers, but at least mix it up. Yeah, I'm cool with that for sure. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I would love, you know, the streaming soundtrack stuff for sure. That's what I was doing originally, and then I looked at my streams and I see these giant chunks of red on the video thing where you could just say, you know, it's like, yeah, that's all muted now. It's kind of like, not like I'm saying anything that relevant, you know, but, you know, I suddenly my stream turns into a Charlie Chaplin movie where I'm just going without the little text in between, you know. Let's see, that's a bit of a jump, isn't it? Let me fix that. Like that. Oop. That's kind of going funky. Let me twist him out and back. Ooh, it's popping. You should bring a fake Chaplin stash and hat just in case they mute you. Little twirling cane. There you go. Let's see. Oh, okay, okay. Chaplin. Okay, this is when my brain works, right? When you say something, I go off and the brain does all the connections to it. Okay, Chaplin, the feature film, right, starred, do we remember who? Iron Man, Mr. Robert Downey Jr., right? And you know, you remember Robert Downey Jr. of course got like busted. This is a gajillion years ago, of course, but he got let's say accidentally found out my university is planning a game design program. While it makes me happy to see that, I am skeptical after taking the writing for video games course that was available a few semesters ago. Chaplin was a good flick. So Robert Downey Jr. So he gets busted in Culver City, right? Like 3 a.m. in the morning on like a Friday night or something like that. I was actually, as I mentioned before, one of my first gigs when I came out to LA was working at Sony ImageWorks at the night shift. So me and Robert Downey Jr. were technically kind of hanging out because we were within about a 6-mile radius of each other, right? He doesn't know me from Adam, but you know, at that time it was like 4 in the morning. So he and I were basically the only people that were awake in that 5-mile radius. So as far as I'm concerned, I can lay claim that I was almost quasi kind of hanging out with Robert Downey Jr. when he got busted. You know, I was trying to tell him to get on the straight and narrow, but so there you go. So technically, you know, 3 or 4 in the morning, right? Come on, Culver City's a ghost town. So there you go. There's my brush with greatness. You know, I'll take it until he proves otherwise, right? Until he comes on to my stream and says that, no, he's full of lies. Yeah, that's the truth. Until Mr. Robert Downey Jr. tells otherwise. Anyway, that's not too bad. I think I'm okay with that. Alright, should I bother making her head move around? I guess I could. Actually, that motion's not that bad with the body going like that, but I guess I could add a little life to it. Let's see. Alright, so, okay, Robert Downey Jr. What is the best and worst Robert Downey Jr. movies? Actually, that's a tough question, isn't it? I just threw it out there. I came this close to writing something for Asia Argento once. Wow! That's cool. That would have been a big score, for sure. Let's see. I don't even know what would I consider. I don't know. Probably. I really don't like Less Than Zero, so I think I would. But I don't know. I don't know if I would say that that's my least favorite Robert Downey Jr. movie. Screenwriter? Yeah, he's mentioned that before. Go ahead and Arson mentioned that, but you were talking about that you've done some short films and you actually sent me the link. Let's see, did I get the link? I did. Wait. Or did I? Let's see. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did get the email. Cool, I will be checking that out here later. Best Iron Man. Scanner Darkly, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Really? Really? That's what's his face? Shane Black, right? For Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I really wanted to like that movie. I really did. I mean, it's totally quirky. You know, you had him and Val Kilmer, and there was some good chemistry, but I don't know. It almost felt. I don't know. It just. It rode that line between like farce and buddy cop film. Not everyone is as lucky as you, dude. You're immortalized in my head for the work on the Cylons, especially. Thanks. Yeah, that was definitely a million years ago. If I get back home, so one of the interesting things about when I first started working on the show was, so I was, the place I'm working at right now is the place I worked on for Battlestar Galactica at this point, 14 years ago. And back then they would get booked up and I would have to work from home. So I still have some of the original content I worked on. So when I get back home, maybe I'll load up. It was all done in Lightwave, but I'll load up a scene. But there's one where in episode 33, the one that got us to the Emmys, that we lost, call back there. But there's one where Hilo blows up the Cylons and he goes in to finish the job. And then there's one that, like, you know, he's like all blown up, but he still has like part of an arm left, and he's trying to like climb up and like come at him. And I was working on it from home, and my wife comes home, and she looks over my shoulder, and I go, "Hey, take a look," and I show it to her, and I swear to God, she watches it, and she goes, "Oh," like it's a poor puppy dog wounded. I'm going, "No, you don't awe a Cylon. You don't. No. This is a killing machine. This thing, his sole purpose in life is to like kill you. This is not your friend." She goes, "But it looks so helpless." It's like, that's a good thing. You know, so there you go. I made Cylon sympathetic, so there you go. Given the right project, yes, it's been a while though. If you still write, then you have not failed. There you go. There you go. Yeah, definitely. I totally agree, man. Ooh, wow, I totally butchered this, didn't I? Need to come back this direction, this direction. I write too. I've done a couple of screenplays, but nothing like, I mean, I do better in short story format. Uh-oh, now we're getting personal. Uh-oh, we're asking for age. Name, rank, and serial number. Dish it out. I don't know, am I at that point now, my age, where it's just like, you know, when someone asks age, I just go old enough to know better? I just say that? 37. There you go. I remember 37, vaguely. Okay. Generally looks good. I think I need to clean this up a bit. Okay, cool. I'm 33. Hey, look at that! Kitties. You youngins. I'm 36. Getting too eager to make the Monty Python reference in 37 of January. Let's see. That's good. Ooh, boy, I just butchered that like crazy. That looks terrible. Look at that pop. Alright. I'll try and clean this up a little bit. I may just kill this and start over. There's a guy eating chips checking you out. Oh, did I just find myself like in a John Carpenter movie? Dun. Well, Okay, well, the good news is the door's right there, so I can, make a quick exit if necessary. I am working on a screenplay BA at the moment. I spent the early years roaming and working in the video game industry. Oh, cool. So I went the other way around. I worked in film for a gajillion years, and then I drifted to video games about 8 years ago. So, same thing, just opposite direction. Is that better? Yeah, still popping. Right there. It's getting better, but it's still kind of ugly. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, it's close, but I'm still messing this up. Oh, wow. I tried the film industry from 2012 to 2014, then tried being an acting father for 3 years, and now I'm with my current girlfriend. Been lost for a bit now. Don't know what the hell to do. I was the same way, man. I mean, I was 30 when I moved out to LA, and I mean, for me, it was just a situation where I was literally just waiting for computers to get to a point where I could do what I wanted to do with them. But yeah, I know how frustrating that feels. Where it's just like you kind of have a sense of what you want, but it doesn't quite click. I mean, I love character animation. I enjoy doing it. So it's just waiting for those tools to become viable. So I mean, to me, it's just like it's filmmaking, but you're controlling all aspects of it. I just study, write, and do whatever makes me giggle these days. I like that concept as well. I like that. That's good. That's cool. Yeah, it is kind of funny because when I started doing the game development stuff, I was basically sort of banking on that. Just that has to do everything financially. But, now that I got I still got the occasional freelance job, which is subsidize it, which is kind of made the game development thing a little strange because, I mean, I'm still passionate about it, but I don't get to devote the hours to it like I'd like to, but I'm not worried about paying the bills, so it's a total trade-off, I guess, but let's see. I have no interest whatsoever in being in the industry, but I do know several people in various roles in film and entertainment. It's stressful. Yeah. I don't miss that part of it. I've been around enough actors and actresses that I don't get starstruck, really. I mean, I can't think of anyone that would just look at and kind of go, oh my god. I mean, my wife, her sister, who's like a bigwig at, she's Universal now, she actually took my wife to the Oscars, the most recent Oscars, and that was like, they had a big Star Wars thing, and while my wife was waiting to get in the elevator, she was standing behind this guy that looked very familiar, and it turned out it was actually Mark Hamill. So she, of course, did the obligatory, can I get a photo, right? So that one, I guess that one I could understand, I mean, come on. It is, Mark Hamill, who's totally famous. Obviously, everyone knows Mark Hamill because he's so famous for, Corvette Summer. Right? I think he might have been something else, but Corvette Summer is the thing that he's best known for, right? Let's see. I don't get starstruck very easily either. I think there might be only 2 actresses I would really like to meet. Yeah. I could have gone really obscure and say like the guest role on Partridge Family, but that was a little too obscure, I think. I've met many through my career. Yeah, for me, it's actually much more the visual effects industry. I still get that, those are the guys that, especially the ones that, to me, seeing some of the guys that I've met in the visual effects industry and become friends with some of them, right? And to me, that's just freaky. You know, when with these people I consider friends and they're like legends. You know, that's almost like, like being around like the beginning of film and hanging out with, some of those original filmmakers. Griffith and just some of those guys, and just like being able to rub elbows with them, right? And just having that, in the visual effects stuff, because I obviously the Star Wars kid, I just cut my teeth on all the visual effects stuff. So that I can get a little bit starstruck. I mean, I can still have a conversation with them, but I would definitely look at them, and just kind of go, whoa, I met Dr. Forrester and TV's Frank a week ago. Dr. Forrester and TV's Frank. Okay, I gotta plead ignorant here. Oh, I'm shy. Anxiety is always on overdrive. Mystery Science Theater 3000. Oops, I just completely busted myself there, didn't I? Okay, fine. I really want to like MST3K. I can't get that to click for me. I really want to, but yep. Is that the new one? Or is that characters from the original? Because I know they got the new Reborn ones on Netflix. But once again, I'm not that knowledgeable about Mystery Science Theater. I know I just lost like a total of at least 5 to 10 nerd points, cred points off of that one for sure. But the original. Oh, gotcha. Wait, Joel. Joel. What was his? What was his name? Joel, that was in it before, right? Because the comedian Joel, I remember him. He used to be on Saturday Night Live occasionally. He would do those sketches that would always crack me up as a kid. You can keep the geek card for your knowledge of real genius. Oh, thank God. Okay, there's plenty there for sure, especially the '80s stuff, man. Joel Hodgins. There you go. He would come on Saturday Night Live occasionally, and he did that one. It was so funny. It was him, and it was I can't remember what the whole context was, but it was like he would be talking, and there'd be like this buzzer noise in the background, and he would just reach in his pocket, pull out a pill, and go eat the pill like that. And then it would just he'd keep going, and it would be like this weird silence in the audience, like, what is that, right? And he'd keep doing his act, right? And then the buzzer go off again. He'd reach in his pocket, pull another pill, and take the pill, and he just keeps talking about this, that, and the other, right? And then and he goes, "You can't control me, I will not be controlled, okay." Like that. It just classic him, right? That delivery of his, he was sort of like, it was him, and then Harry Anderson used to come on and do like these magic tricks, and he was sort of like the subdued version, right? That was just, he would always cry. It was him, and of course there was that duo, Penn and Teller. I don't know if they ever went on to anything big after their appearances at Saturday Night Live. I say that jokingly because once again I live in Vegas, so they're there at the Rio all the time. And I actually went to a couple of the tapings of their Penn and Teller Fool Us, that was pretty cool actually. The great thing about TV shows is you can get tickets for free since it's government stuff and they have to give away the tickets for free. So, anyways, this is the Joel Hodgins stuff. I've been to the Rio. That's actually one of my favorite. I really like that. They just opened up that new what is it called? It's the FFC. It's not the UFC. It's the FFC. They actually have their own little stage in there, and they do those. It starts off with a boxing match, and then kickboxing, and then full-on UFC style fighting stuff. They're at the Rio. And they used to have that giant float that would go over the top. That was there right when I moved there, but unfortunately they got rid of it. I like that thing. That was so cool, and they would drop beads and stuff like that. But I guess it's just too much effort with too little return. But yeah, I like the Rio. It's one of the ones that's owned by Caesars, but they don't charge for parking yet, so I automatically like it more than some of the other ones since so many of them charge for parking now. Yeah. A local complaint. A Vegas local complaint. You know what? Okay, I've been talking, but you know what? Actually, I think this thing is done. I think that's actually pretty clean. So, that took way too long, but just distracted by the banter. But you guys are enjoyable. I appreciate the I appreciate the talking. You know, even if you did bust me on the fact that my Mystery Science Theater 3000 knowledge is beyond crap, so I've been outed. Okay. That is why I don't like going into the Twin Cities. Oh yeah, because yeah. Well, I mean, dude, I'm in Los Angeles, man. I always joked about Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, even the McDonald's has valet parking. Okay, so you know that's one of the things I really. Moving to Vegas, I was so excited by the fact that there's no such thing as paid parking. And then, you know, a couple years later, they go, "Hey, guess what we're introducing? Paid parking." Jerks. So, you know, it's sort of like I brought Los Angeles out with me. Yeah, it was St. Paul. Yeah, actually, I got my stepdad has a bunch of family up there in Minnesota. Now that's like the definition of cold, man. That's. I've been up there a couple winters and. Minneapolis, St. Paul. Wow, it's actually yeah. Oh wow! Hey, look at this. This small world stuff. Born in Minneapolis. Look at this. Wow. Just live in LA now. Yeah, my parents actually were out there for many years. They just moved out to Vegas with me because, well, it's Vegas. But they were actually up in Minnesota in the same area for several years as well. They still got a ton of family up there. I will be there someday. Yeah. Sorry guys. I'll come up during summertime. Let's see. Summer in Minneapolis. That's I think like July 5th through the 6th. I think that's summer there, right? Sorry. That's cold humor. I don't like cold. I really do not like cold, man. I haven't lived out in the West Coast yet. The weather's beautiful. The restaurants are beautiful. Parking sucks, and it is not cheap. But aside from that, it's great. Yeah, I do miss all the restaurants and stuff. I really miss all the selections. Because Vegas, you don't have as much of a selection because they think if you're hungry, well, go to the buffet, you know? Because they're everywhere. July 5th through the 6th. Nah, man. Got to come a week earlier for convergence. Oh, there you go. Nice. Let's see. Where am I going? Objects. Characters. Middle Ages. Female warrior. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. That was rude. Let's see. That was... Yeah, that was Lou's Idol. Export. Do I want to write that? Yes. Okay. And now we should automagically have that working nicely. It's one of my favorite cons. I've never been to that one. I think I've mentioned I'm fortunate enough to actually have San Diego Comic-Con, but I don't really explore it. I mean, because I actually have a booth there, table, not a booth, but a table. I really don't get to explore. Is that? You talking about here? I have no clue. I know it's LA. You never know. I don't know. Did I miss something? Not a clue. Actually, I gotta admit, I don't know who that is. Alright, I'm really... Oh, is that okay? That's like a joke name. Let's see. Oh. See, I was gonna say roach, so I was gonna butcher it anyways, right? Yes. Nice try. So, is Mike Roach here? Mike Roach? There you go. So the fact that I misread it actually saved me from not just totally screwing myself up. Yeah. That's a good one. Nice try. That was good. That was good. That was good. I don't do much at cons either. I park myself in the smoking area and chill there. More interesting conversations. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've probably mentioned before, I do the conventions just to test my games. You know, it's a really cheap way to do some game testing. And that's Folly Village has been like 3 years now doing that kind of stuff. So it's a lot easier to get some honest feedback and just watch over people's shoulder. You know, because people are curious. I mean, I don't do gaming conventions because everyone's there playing games, but comic book conventions, you're more of a novelty, so it's easier to get better feedback, I think. At least that's what I've found. More interesting conversations, yeah. Well, when you have a table, conversations come to you, I think, you know. The one that I get all the time is people walk up and they go, "Oh, you make games?" Oh, here we go. Yeah. I have an idea for a game. Congratulations. Do you want to make it for me? No. I definitely get about half a dozen of those per convention. Let's see. That's how I found out that when I lived in Austin, I was neighbors with the fella that wrote the Doctor Strange flick. Really? Oh, that's cool. There you go. Rubbing elbows with the famous next door neighbors. That's pretty cool. Oops. Alright. Should I try and squeeze in one more, or should I just wind this down? Keep forgetting I got like this shrunken screen. These motor windows drive me nuts here. Win Idle is doing... Oh, good. I did actually do a Win Idle animation. That's good. Yeah, fun you find out at cons. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Always get an eclectic crowd at those things. Some interesting people show up at those things for sure. I like doing it, but I mean, it's the older you get, the harder it is. It gets pretty tiring. But yeah, I mean, San Diego, and the only reason it's really viable for my wife and I is just because she actually has a friend that lives about 45 minutes north of San Diego. So we actually crashed at her place because, man, you want to talk about expensive. Those hotels, they're like $250, $300 a night, you know, and if you're actually working at a table, you got to get there before and after, right? And it's just, I mean, you're talking a couple $1,000s just on the hotel alone. That's just, yeah, I know, yeah. So, I mean, everyone talks about how expensive the tickets are. It's like, dude, seriously? The tickets are the cheap part of this experience. Trust me, okay? You know, unless you're good at picking locks in hotels or something, you know, yeah. I mean, even as you know, when you're exhibitor, you have access to the super deals, but even that is still hundreds of dollars, and you don't really get to choose your hotel. You choose from a list, and then you send in the list, and they tell you which one you get. And I mean, that's crazy. So, the only reason I can still do it is, like I said, is because my wife's friend lives down there, and she's nice enough to put us up. So we have to get up early in the morning, and that kind of kills the social stuff because I know that we have an hour drive home, you know, to and from every time. You have lock picking skills. Only if I have a you know, Xbox One joystick, you know, and you know, maybe like a cheat code to help me out. Otherwise, yeah, no. Alright, so actually she's done. So I did actually knock out the female warrior character for the idle animations. That's kind of cool. But he's doing nothing, right? Yep. Yeah. Besides, I mean, there's no... Nowadays, it's all about the cards, right? So it's less about lockpicking and more about just, you know, like, getting, like, the Mission Impossible little thing. You just slide in there and you hit the little button on your, you know, your tablet and it just figures out the code, right? Just magically unlocks everything. You know? If you watch T2 enough times... Here we go back to T2. And then, oh yeah, that's it. Oh, what's her face? Oh shoot, what's the actress? It was like her screen debut. She's the one that gives them directions to the mall. Oh, and she was in Unhappily Ever After, and she was like married to Jay Moore for a bunch of years. I don't know if she still is, but once again, got his name, but I'm blanking on her name. Redheaded, and she's like all of like 11 in that movie. Come on. Where's my people? Help me out on the names. Oh, come on. Unhappily Ever After, which was a really funny show. Very, very much like, oh, Vegas! Yeah, oh, that was it. Yeah, and then, yeah, she and her boyfriend was the bouncer, and she was like, she worked the pole, and they would always have, like, the dance numbers in every show. They'd always work, Anita? No, it's Cox. Cox is right, but I don't think it's Anita. It's, oh, it starts with an M, maybe? You got me, didn't you? Man, I have to go back in time and rewind that one and hit erase. I need music playing so it'll block the audio there. To be honest, never tried picking a lock myself. Nikki, there it is. Nikki, there it is. With the windshield wiper blades. Yeah, I actually liked that show. It was pretty funny. She had like the big teddy bear boyfriend, the big burly boyfriend. And they would always like work in a dance number every episode. It was like, it's supposed to be like sitcom, but it would always be like gratuitously shoved in there. It worked. Well, actually it didn't work that well because it got canceled, so it worked for some of us, but not enough, I guess. Nikki Cox. Yeah, she was like the you know, she's the cute little 12-year-old girl that sends them to the mall. But yeah, T2. Okay, I guess I could try and do that. I should be shutting down, but I'm enjoying the conversation, so I'm gonna keep plugging away here for a little while longer. If you guys are on board. Nikki. Yeah, have you seen her lately? I'll just leave it right there. John Connor's buddy was Montana Max on Tiny Toons. And let's see, yeah, wait, wasn't he on, I thought he was in something. I thought I remember seeing him in something else. About that same age, maybe a little bit older, but yeah. He had as much of a career as Edward Furlong did, I guess, unfortunately. Poor Edward. I don't know, has he done anything lately? Salute Your Shorts? Really? That's a thing? Okay. But yeah, Nikki Cox. Google her. Let's see what she's... Yeah. I just stopped right there. Tiny Toons. Interesting. Oh, I was looking at the ogre, wasn't I? Sorry. You just got completely derailed there for a moment. Okay. Let's see. Who's Idol? Was a show on Nickelodeon in the mid-90s. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, that's probably going to be why, because I gotta admit, if I would have been watching Nickelodeon in the 90s, that would have been a little creepy, because I was pretty much in college at that point, and I don't think I was a target audience then. Yeah. Unfortunately, Nickelodeon came about kind of after I went through the kid phase, so I didn't really watch. I know Alanis Morissette came out of that. I know enough about that, which I think is kind of funny. But yeah, I didn't really watch too much Nickelodeon. Except maybe like was it Double Dare? Physical Challenge? I watched that one just because that was kind of entertaining. You know, I was old enough to look at it and be like, yeah, I can take those kids. That fella has been doing voice work since. Oh, hey, you know what? No ding on that, man. I mean, you stay constantly working. You don't have to worry about like what you do or don't look like. You show up to work, you know, with a 3 days worth of growth and a baseball cap, and no one cares. You know. Why am I seeing no controllers on this? That's kind of scary. Okay. Something's strange here because I'm not actually seeing my controls. Did I think I broke something on this. Let me load up. I'm more like to lose. Disrespect, don't save. Alright. Once again, I'm not seeing my controls. Show all. Show none. Show polygons. Show my curves. Why am I not seeing? This is scary. I don't see my controls. Oh, I'm loading the FBX. I'm not loading my Maya scene. Boy, that's okay. I'm obviously tired because I'm not even like close to being the right directory. I have no control. It's because you're loading the wrong thing, you idiot. Are You Afraid of the Dark from Nickelodeon I liked. Okay, yep. Okay, we're definitely out of my range on this one for sure. Yeah, I don't think... you can't do that on television. I know that was a thing, where they, like, dropped the goop on there. Once again, didn't really watch it. I think, actually, that was Alanis Morissette on that. I think that's the show she was on. I mentioned her before. I think that was it. But, once again, yeah, you guys can bust me on Nickelodeon stuff. I will not be knowledgeable at all for that kind of thing. That was it. Yep. Okay. Alright, so I need to be over in this folder. If I actually load scenes, characters, Middle Ages, Ogre. What am I looking for? I'm definitely fading here, guys. Response. Lose idle. There he goes. Hey, look at this. I have controls. It works so much better when you actually load the right scene. Okay. Doc, are you telling me that I've loaded the wrong thing? There's my obligatory Marty. The Marty starts kicking in automatically when I get tired anyway, so. 80s, mid-90s was when Nickelodeon was at its peak. I assume it's still around, right? I mean, it's not like it's yanked. Yeah. Come on. You know you watched Bobby's World in the 90s? I'm so old that I remember when Howie Mandel was actually stand-up comic, okay? When his biggest claim to fame was taking surgical gloves and strapping them over his head and blowing them up with his nose, right? And then letting it go. Or remembering him from St. Elsewhere. You know, that's my Howie Mandel knowledge. So, no. I gotta be honest. I mean, I know it is Howie Mandel, but I can't really say that I actually watched Bobby's World. Sorry, man. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. No, because I'm a big animation fanatic, I probably would not have given it much of a try just because I'd look at the animation and go, yeah. No, honestly, my animation watching pretty much came to an end by like late 80s. You know, I'm talking like real Ghostbusters kind of stuff. But I know the second best Christmas film though. Wait. What's the second best? What? I mean, we already established the number one. I mean, there's, once again, you know, there's the right answer and the wrong answer, and that, I mean, Die Hard, definitely number one. But what is the number two? Gremlins! Oh, really? Really? The Star Wars Christmas special. It's all about the B. Arthur performance. Oh. Which also had Howie Mandel. We bring it full circle. Oh, well played. That is beautiful. Nicely done. Oh. Oh, sorry. No, oh, okay. I was about to say, wait, Howie Mandel was not in the Christmas special, but yeah, he was the voice of the Gremlins. You know, he did the, yeah, Kakamagwai. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Oh, and that was, oh, come on. Kevin Kline's wife. Come on. Phoebe Cates. Phoebe Cates. Right? Yeah, he was the voice of Kakamagwai. Yeah, he does that voice so beautifully. Yeah, I love that when she was like, you know, she always had that running joke with, you know, when Daddy got stuck in the chimney, and it's like, oh, I hate Christmas because of that. Oh, and of course you know, once again, the Gremlins trivia, right? When he's, okay, here's a test for you guys. Okay, don't look it up, don't cheat. Seriously, Drop Dead Fred? No, do not bring that. I mean, that was, no, do not. Carrie Fisher was still Carrie Fisher then, but no. Drop Dead Fred is painful, I'm sorry. No, so going back to Gremlins, we go back to Gremlins. Who can name the movie that was playing on the marquee, and what was it a reference to? In the very beginning when he's walking down Main Street. There's my Jeopardy theme there. I saw Drop Dead Fred in the theater, and I'm still upset about that. Critters. No, it was not Critters. No idea. Anyone? 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 Who's Googling it right now? Yeah, I know Phoebe Cates was in Drop Dead. She's the star of it, right? Carrie Fisher was her best friend. Remember, she like thinks, is he here? She's like banging on the chair. Is he here? Right? Close Encounters. No, that was not it. I'm resisting the urge to Google it. Good. That's, you know, you're more dedicated than I am, because I definitely would have Googled it by now and nailed it. But, all right. Anyone? Me too. All right. Okay, I'll tell you this. I will tell you the name of the movie that's on the marquee, and you have to tell me what movie that actually references, because the movie was the original title of the film, but they renamed the movie. No, Wonderful Life. No, that is not it. You're getting warmer, but no. You're actually very close. No. Okay, you ready? I'll tell you the name of the movie, but you have to tell me what the movie was actually renamed to. You ready? A Boy's Life. That was the movie that's listed on the marquee. Okay, but what did that movie actually turn into? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? No? Do I need to give a hint? I can give you a good hint. Grumpy old man. Grumpy old man. Stand by me. Nope. Nope. All right, I'll give you a hint. Okay, you guys? Here's the hint. Who produced, or what production company produced Gremlins? Anyone? Anyone? Raised? Lowered? Anyone? Warner Brothers? No, but I mean the actual, like, okay, not the distribution, but the actual development. Okay, I'll throw it out there. It was Amblin. I think it was Amblin. That should be enough. No? No? Did you guys go to sleep on me? Did I stump the band? Did I just completely stump the band here? I was trying to load the texture for this guy. I will load a texture and give you guys a moment. There it is. E.T. The original title was, in fact, A Boy's Life. And in a loving homage, they actually put A Boy's Life on the marquee because Spielberg was all over that movie. And Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall, they produced it. I think that's right. You guys can check me if I'm wrong there. But I am right about the Boy's Life on the marquee. So, there you go. There's your stupid... Deagle? Okay, that I don't get. Is that like another Nickelodeon reference I'm missing, or am I just misreading that? Or are you just trying to get me to say something bad again? So, okay, but Gremlins, I tell you this, no. Okay, that's descriptive. Gremlins 2, the one part, it's a bit of a miss for the most part, I think. Oh, Mrs. Deagle? Oh, wait, oh, you're talking about, Flo? Polly Holiday? Is that what you're talking about? The one that sits in the chair and gets thrown out up the stairs? Is that what we're referencing there? Maybe? Because I haven't actually watched Gremlins in like a couple of decades, so I don't remember the character name, but I do remember Polly Holiday playing the evil. That's with her chair. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Polly Holiday. Best known for Kiss My Grits on Alice, right? She was Flo on Alice. Yeah. And they rewire it. Deagle. That's funny. I didn't make the connection with them saying that. Did you go to the theaters to watch Mario Brothers the movie? You know what? I've never sat through Mario Brothers the movie. I've never watched. I watched the behind the scenes where they talked about how much of a fiasco it was, right? You know, and I know that Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo pretty much disowned any association with it now. And I mean, that sounds like that was a trip. I did. Never seen it either. Yeah, no. I saw it with my father and went home so confused. Yeah. Dennis Hopper. Yeah. Who? There you go. Once again, you know me and my little tangent stories, right? I got a Dennis Hopper story. I was in a movie with Dennis Hopper. If you guys, do you believe that? Or do you think I'm just making stuff up now? It is late. I am tired, so maybe I'm just making stuff up. But no. Blue Velvet. Yeah. I played the female lead in that movie. No. I was actually a million years ago. I was theater. I was like, I thought I wanted to be an actor. I got that out of my system, thankfully, a long time ago. But I actually did some acting, mostly just like background work. So, the Detective Pikachu Mario Brothers meme. Nope. He can respond to that if he has, but I haven't seen it. It was a movie. It was actually Dennis Hopper and Ed Harris called Paris Trout, which they filmed in Atlanta. And I mean, I'm not saying you should ever sit through this movie, but it's a courtroom trial, and you know there is a college-aged 20-something-year-old me sitting there in a couple of shots, looking intently behind him, kind of going, But there you go. The thing I remember most about that, actually, once again, I'll finish the thought, I guess, so I don't have to come back to it again. But so Dennis Hopper is on trial for murder, and Ed Harris is his lawyer. And it was so weird because Ed Harris was just like the definition of intense, right? He's just like, you know, he's a total method actor, and he's just like, you know, he's focused, right? Dennis Hopper, man, he just couldn't care less. He was just relaxed. And Dennis constantly kept leaning over, right over to Ed Harris, and he would tell him something. He would whisper something that was like a joke or something like that, right? And he would just lean back and burst out laughing, like the whole place was just like shaking. He was laughing so loud, right? And Ed Harris would just sit there like this, right? Just wouldn't even flinch. And it's just like, I have no idea what he was saying to him. I just know that Ed was not in on the joke. So whatever it was fascinating. So Dennis Hopper was great at entertaining himself, and Ed was not amused. So there you go. There's my Koopa story. Can I link? Go for it. If you want to send a link, just so it's not like something that's gonna get me busted and make me lose my little quote family status. All right. Kids say get their video game like this. All right, you know what? I'm gonna bring that out. Here you go. I'm gonna put that up here because that is just funny. Kids today get their video game turned into a movie. Get this. Kids in my day got this. Yeah, that's great. Oh, that's good. That's funny. I like that. That cracked me up. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Man, I went way past time, didn't I? So true. That was just trauma for us all. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you've seen the documentary, right? The behind-the-scenes stuff where they talked about how they were all smacked out on drugs and stuff, and just they were kind of making up as they went along. I mean, if you haven't seen it, I'll just shut up because you got to see it. It's just, I mean, that was enough for me to look at that and kind of go, I'm glad I didn't really waste the time on that one because that's just kind of sad, you know? Never seen the documentary. If you look on YouTube, I think that's where I saw it. It's just floating around. Shouldn't be that hard to dig up. It's Good Bad Flicks did a great rundown production of that film. Alright, so here we go. Conversely, what is the best video game to movie obviously Ubols is automatically disqualified because, you know, he is the definition of you gotta be kidding me. So no Ubols, of course, but what constitutes the best? Yeah, that's not even like opinion, that's just fact, man. You know, that's just fact right there. But so what constitutes the best movie based on a video game? I'm trying to think of that myself. Actually, what would I even? I like the Silent Hill film. Really? Interesting. Okay. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I don't think critics were kind to it, but I mean, if the film works, it works. Trying to think. Lots to choose from. Not a lot of great options. No. Decent job with the story of the first game. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, we could go the other direction and be here all night to say that the really cruddy ones, right? I mean, I'm still PO'd at the Max Payne adaptation. Mortal Kombat is one of my top video game movies. I hated Street Fighter. I heard Warcraft is watchable. Yeah, watchable I don't think equates to greatest greatest ever. So, but no, honestly, I'm racking my own brain. I'm trying to think of anything that jumps out that's like that was okay. We don't talk of Max Payne. What, the movie or the video game? Because the video game, if we might have issues if you don't like the video game, because that I love Max Payne, man. 3 kind of annoy me, but Max Payne 1 and 2, yeah, okay. They're all crap. I'm trying to put crap on the pedestal here. The game had a great story. It did, didn't it? Man, I mean, obviously it was just ripping off the Punisher by and large, but it just did it better, I thought, right? It's such a fantastic story, I thought. I mean, it just, you know, and just the narration, the voiceover, just the theme song too, the cello, right, for Max Payne. Oh man, that was awesome. I like the Final Fantasy Spirits Within. Yeah. It was, unfortunately, it was a movie that was buried deep in the uncanny valley, as they say. You know, you had that really creepy dead face look. I would say it's an okay one, but I don't know if I would go so far as to say it was like top. It was Punisher meets Noir. Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. But I just, yeah, I think Max Payne is one of my favorite video game stories, I think. So yeah, I'm glad they never made a movie out of it, because they would probably completely screw it up, man. They'd probably do something stupid like get like who's that Calvin Klein guy, the one who used the ads for Calvin Klein's, you know, that Wahlberg guy. They probably like put him in there or something, you know, and then like hire like the perfect actress to play the female lead, but then don't give her the role. You put her in the secondary role instead, and you hire some little TV star actress that's too short and too wrong, and make her the... Oh, wait, no, that's exactly what they did, isn't it? I used to chat with one of the animators on that flick online. He worked on Gargoyles way back in the day. If they had a Frank Miller or something to help, it would be interesting. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. But you see what you understand, though. I mean, we're now a few minutes in on this topic, and no one has actually come up with. I mean, we've come up with a. Well, this one didn't suck all that bad. That's not a ringing endorsement, but that's my point. I mean, did anyone actually see the new Tomb Raider movie? I mean, I'm hoping that one was at least better than the original one with Angelina Jolie. The trailer looked good, and to be honest, I have not seen it myself. I did not. You saw it? Yeah. I mean, you guess I don't know. I'm guessing it's probably better than the Angelina Jolie one, but that still doesn't. It was better. Okay, it was better, but that still doesn't mean it's like a worthwhile. This was a great video game movie. I mean, once again, we're still stuck. That's crazy, isn't it? Gotta think. There's gotta be something out there. But I'm just totally blanking in the moment. Every time I try and think, all I think of is all the terrible ones. I got Uwe Boll stuck in my head, man. I can't do it. All I go is the Uwe Boll's movies, and they're all god-awful. I mean, it was nice that Christian Slater actually got a paying gig for a change, but they're just so bad. I think there's better games based on movies than movies based on games. Yeah. Although even that, I think, you know, how many times did they spend their entire budget just on the licensing, the IP, and then they end up blowing the game? It all falls into what you want to see in the film adaptations. True. True. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you know what? Okay. Guys, it's actually 11 o'clock. So I should have... I normally try and say I go to 10 o'clock, and I've shot right past that, but... Double Dragon. Oh, God. Yeah, there's a plot for you. Yeah, I think that's a swing and a miss right there. All right, so there's the homework, all right? I'm going to do it myself. You guys got to help me out here. So when I come back on Friday, it is... yes. Yeah, when I come back on Friday, we have to come up with a legitimate movie based on a video game that was actually good. Because I'm completely stymied. But there's got to be something out there. So there you go. There's the homework. I've sent out the homework for Friday. Find me a movie based on a video game that does not suck. I'm counting on you guys to come through. You guys can do it. And I will scratch my head and try and come up with something. But right now I can't get rid of Uwe Boll. He's stuck in there so deep. Oh, God. Impossible. That's impossible. That's not true. That's impossible. Oh, man. All right. Oh, it is. It's actually 11 o'clock now. I really should be winding down. That was 3 hours of... Well, let's see. It's 3 hours worth of general talking and about 12 minutes worth of actual... game development, I think, right? I did get a couple things done, but not much, I guess, did I? Watch my short when you get a chance. I will. Thank you for the reminder. I will do that. I will give it a look. Yeah, I will do that before I jump in the car, since I actually have some viable Wi-Fi here that I can check that out. But yeah, you know, because I'm just gonna like animate poorly. So let me save this where I am. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you want to talk to me in the meantime, the CGRE flicks. Yeah. Am I just getting tired, or am I just missing that one? But yeah. In the meantime, if you want to say hello to me, I got Discord now. I've actually got that set up, so give me a shout on there if you want to. Otherwise, definitely come back. Hang out again on Friday. Do they do more than one? Oh, the CG Resident Evil flicks. That's what we're referring to. Yeah, I was thinking more of like theatrical release. I mean, I guess you could talk about those. I'm a little ignorant on. I've tried to watch a couple of them, but some of those, I don't know. They kind of don't do that much for me, but. There might be a viable choice in there. So, but once again, dig in there, come up with a decent one. As I was saying, thank you for all you guys that have done a sub on here. I appreciate that a lot. I'm gradually creeping towards that 50. I got a million miles to go, but I'm getting there. So, thanks to you guys that have actually joined in. Definitely come back on Friday. We will talk more movies. I will have more stupid trivia, movie trivia, maybe even squeeze in a TV show or something, and I might even get some headway done on my video game here. Probably not, but stranger things have happened. But once again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out, and I keep reminding myself to do like a good, like, the end thing that I can switch to on my Streamlabs here, but I have not done anything. I just kill the stream, so that's kind of ugly, but I'll improve that. But once again, thanks a lot, guys. Great conversation, really enjoyed it, and please come back out in a couple more days. I will be here again on Friday, so if you guys have nothing better to do like me, come on out and join me again on Friday. Actually, that one I will even hang later if you guys hang on Friday, because I don't have to get up in the morning and go back to work, which is kind of cool. I'll be tired, but I'll definitely be here. So, thanks again, guys. Thank you so much. It's so cool that you guys hang out with me. But I am going to call it a night, so I'll be around. Cool. Awesome. I will see you. I will count on it. I'll see you guys on Friday. All right. So, that's it. I'm going to wind it down, so take care, guys, and I will see you in 2 days, all right? Take care, and adios.